Welcome back to the Fall Major Tournament Expert Division Weekend Round. Hole number 2. This one is kind of a tough wind, so we're having to use a P5, wind 3 plus ball, so luminary or better, right? We need P5, side spin 2 plus, we need wind 3 plus. You're also going to need Thor 7 plus or Big Topper 4 plus for the drive, and Sniper 9 plus for the approach. I'm going to show you both drives. I'm using Big Topper on one and Thor's Hammer on the other. So what we're doing is setting up. Now I have a P3 ball equipped. So starting with your quarterback and your P3 ball with no spin added. Now this is a replay glitch. It's showing my P5 ball here, but I am at P3 max rest. You see I'm at the plus 15. With no spin added with your QB and your P3 ball, you want to set up at max rest with the tip of the ball guide in the shadow right here. So it might be a little hard to see, but the shadow comes along and then there's a light indentation right here and then it goes along. So I'm kind of setting up right in the middle of that light indentation. It's a little difficult to see when zoomed in, but you can see slightly bumps up there. That's what I'm looking for. You can also, if you want, if that's hard for you to see, there's a kind of a light section reference here. You want to be just left of that. A little easier to see when it's further back. Anyway, so that's the starting point at P3, max rest with the QB and no spin added. All right. Maybe you can see that little light spot here a little easier. You see how it kind of dips up in the middle there, and I'm going to shift it over to the right till I'm in it. There you go. Right? So after getting set up with that P3 and QB ball, you're going to want to switch to your P5 ball first, then switch your clubs. All right? Thor's Hammer 7 plus, Big Topper 4 plus. Max top spin only, and the adjustment is P3 plus 10% max numbers. So with the Thor 7 here, I pushed up 1 plus yard. The reason I did that is because it has just a couple of clicks less top spin than the Big Topper. So I want to make sure that I don't run out of room with the Sniper. The good thing about the Thor's Hammer, as you can see on the left-hand side there, I did hit a minor great left and it was still safe. If you hit great left with your Big Topper, you're most likely going to be in the rough and you're going to be just bouncing up, taking the easy eagle, right? But if you manage to hit this one perfect and get it down there, we're looking for anything 370 plus. My average drive here has been 372. And that sets us up beautifully for a Sniper rough bump using plus yards. So for the Sniper rough bump, we're using 4 top spin and 2 right spin always. The adjustment is P3 plus 10% max. What's important here is that we want to have the ball guide through the center of the cup, but we want to be through the hole 2.5 lines. So that is what I'm looking for. If you don't have the tip of the ball guide, you see I got 1 line here, 1 line here, and then half a square there. You can call it what you want, 2.5 squares, 2.5 lines, doesn't matter as long as you're in the same place with the ball guide. I would tell you this, you don't want to be no more than 3, and you definitely don't want to be under 2, okay? Or you're going to end up rolling short just in line, and it's going to upset you. So I'm trying to get it right down the center of that line there with the tip of my ball guide, and then obviously center cup. Once you have that set up, we're using plus yards to determine our slider value. Sniper P5 standard plus yard numbers here. +6 is 60% slider. Pull this one straight. There's no overpower, no curl needed. It's a nice little groove to the hole. Even though I pull this one a little bit crooked, I'm still going to drop it. It's going to come in, on the side of the cup, but still drop it. So it's a pretty forgiving shot because that was an awful pull and I still dropped it. Right? Now, I get a little bit better pull on this side and it comes in more centered cup, but I'm doing the same setup the same way, even with the great left on the drive, everything still plays the same. So with that being said, Sniper 9 does have a couple of plus yards less than Sniper 10. So what I recommend doing if you're playing this shot with a Sniper 9, I would recommend that you push up 2+ yards on your drive after you adjust. So adjust and then push up 2+ yards. That way you can get a little bit further down that way and ensures that you don't pull into any overpower on your approach. Worst case scenario, you may pull into a little bit of overpower if you're using Sniper 9, but it's still a very droppable shot even if you got to pull into a little bit of overpower. Just use, a little bit of overpower. Don't overdo it with the overpower. It's real easy to add too much. So I would say use about half a ring less than whatever you pull into, maybe just a couple of clicks less. Just try not to give it too much, okay, if you do pull into it. But if you set up properly, if you're using Sniper 9 and you push up 2+ yards on your drive after you adjust before you shoot, then you should get a long enough rollout there that playing with a Sniper 9 won't be a problem. If this drive scares you, you can lay it back. You can use Thor's hammer 5 or 6. You're going to be much shorter on the drive. You will need to use, you'll probably need to push the drive a little bit if you're using those lower level Thor's hammer because they don't have as much topspin. And you'll definitely need to use a cat for this rough bump or a horizon or something along that line, right? Even maybe a hammerhead, a high level hammerhead. So before I let you go, I'll finish giving you the Sniper P5 numbers. 0% is 45, 1 is 47, +2 is 50, +3 is 52, +4 is 55, 5 is 57, 6, like you've seen, was 60% slider, +7 is 62, +8 65, +9 is 67, 10 is 70, 11 is 72, 12 is 75, 13 is 77, +14 is 80, 15 is 82, 16 is 85, 17 is 87, 18 is 90, and if you're any higher than, well, if you're even that high, you won't be able to play that rough bump. So, if you get into the plus yards, and I would say if you're probably above +11 or 12, then you're probably not going to be able to play the Sniper rough bump. In which case, if you get caught like that, my recommendation would be to just play the bounce over shot and take the easy eagle. Don't risk walking away from a par 5 with a birdie. Just take your eagle and run if something happens on your drive. All right, don't push it. Let's grab an eagle and walk away. Otherwise, you should hopefully be walking away from hole number 2 with the Alby. Good luck, everyone. Hope you get the drop. We'll catch you on the next one.